to break and
there's a spider on me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep calm.
good job.
So we've been living in the RV for 2 years now, full time. And yeah, just like anything, things happen, things break, you gotta replace things, but you know, that doesn't scare us off.
I mean, it's like owning anything. There's maintenance that you have to do, and then there's things that wear out, and you gotta either replace them or fix them.
So yeah,
It's like anything.
we just wanted to name off a few things that we've learned, things that have broken for us, and how we fixed them.
We had some trouble with the water pump. We were boondocking somewhere,
yeah.
and it would be like in the middle of the night.
It'd scare us.
It would all of a sudden just brrr, and it would just do it for a couple seconds. When it first started, it'd just do it for a couple seconds and stop, which generally means that there's either a leak somewhere where it's losing pressure, or the pump itself is leaking off pressure somehow. And it slowly just got worse and worse to the point that it would never shut off. So we got a new one. The reason we replaced the second one was because it was leaking. And you got out of bed and the carpet was wet, because that's where the pump's at. That's where it hooks up, is kind of on her side of the bed. And the floor, the carpet was pretty wet. And it's when we realized, okay, there's a pretty serious issue. So I shut the water off. We unhooked the hose so that we knew we weren't getting more water in. So we went, got a new one, and one that had a warranty on it, and haven't had a problem since.
Yeah, get ones with warranties.
Yeah, especially
They're expensive.
Yeah, I mean, they're like 100, depending on what kind you get, between 100 and 150, 200 bucks.
Mm-hmm.
And because especially if you're doing a lot of boondocking to where you're using it, make sure you get one that's got a warranty, because I mean, I think what we paid for the warranty was like $5, $10 extra.
Really?
I think something like that. It was like not much at all, and you probably won't need it if you're getting one with a warranty. That means you're getting one that's good quality.
Yeah.
But if you would happen to get a lemon, you know, because it's anything with plumbing and water is just,
it's a pain.
It's the worst.
Let's talk about, because we also plumbing, or water, not plumbing, but water related, the propane tanks. We woke up one day and we realized there was no more hot water.
One of the good things about a lot of newer RVs, but ours specifically, is the hot water heater has both propane or electric, and you can switch back and forth whichever one you want. If you're hooked up to power, you can run the electric. If you're not hooked up to power, even if you are and you just want to use propane, you can run propane. Pretty soon after we first bought the RV, we realized there was some issue with the hot water heater. The propane side of the hot water heater really had trouble lighting. It wouldn't even spark, because we figured out it wasn't getting propane. Like, for some reason, there wasn't any propane getting to the hot water heater. And I tore the hot water heater apart. I took out the main circuit board, the brain of it, looked at that. We replaced fuses, we replaced the igniter, everything. Could not get it to work. So
it was a few months that we relied on electric.
We were on electric. I mean, and eventually we just kind of gave up on that. I couldn't figure it out. We had the electric. The electric's working fine. So we just used that. We woke up one day and I thought we were out of propane, because it was like really cold in the house. So I went out and we had propane, but what had happened was that regulator had gone bad. On ours, it's where the two propane bottles, the hoses go into the regulator in the middle, and then that goes down and supplies the propane to the heater and whatever else.
Right.
It got out, it got plugged, it wasn't working. So I got a new one, got some new pigtails just in case, hooked that all back up, and then we had propane again, worked great. And for some reason, I decided to try the propane hot water heater again. Switched it over, and it fired up immediately. And that's when we realized that the reason that the propane wasn't working, it had nothing to do with the hot water heater. The propane was being choked down so much that it was registering to the hot water heater that it was out of propane. It wasn't getting propane, so it wouldn't even spark. So once we fixed that regulator, we got the propane hot water back, and I mean, it works great.
Even the
now.
stove burned hotter.
Yeah, the stove. Yeah, that's right. The stove, the flame on the stove was better.
One weird issue that we had that's a little unique is under the bed.
When you would pick the bottom half of the bed, like the foot of the bed, you would pick that up to get to the storage underneath, and the welds broke. I can do some welding, but not aluminum. I couldn't go that route. So for some reason, my brain, the next logical step was JB weld. So I tried that. It's one of those things, it's kind of a hit or miss. If it works great. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work at all. It didn't work at all. It lasted like a week.
Yeah.
And then they were just breaking again. Like I said, I don't know why that was my first thought, and then we just kind of dealt with it for a while until one day, all of a sudden, I was thinking about it, kind of figuring on it, and I thought, why didn't I just get like L brackets and put it in between? So we got L brackets and some sheet metal screws, and that's the fix. For whatever reason, it got bad welds. Whenever they were building it, they didn't weld on, they only welded on like one side. I don't know what happened there. Somebody dropped the ball. The thing is, with a lot of stuff like that, don't overthink. Like, don't...
Keep it simple,
yeah,
stupid.
Yeah. I felt really dumb when I thought of the L brackets, because I was like, why was that not my first... that wasn't my go-to, I don't know. But
Let's talk about the microwave. So...
that was our most recent
fix. But, so, we were trying to just be creative and save money, and we're like, let's make homemade potato chips
in the microwave.
In the microwave. Terrible idea, at least for the RV microwave.
We made the first batch and it worked, and we were like, awesome, let's make a whole bunch more. But you gotta put them in the microwave with like very little liquid for like, it was like 10 minutes,
and
or like, it was a long time.
We were constantly using the microwave. We didn't like getting it to that temperature where the chips are crisp, and we didn't give it much time to cool down.
Yeah.
So it just got hotter and hotter, and then it just blew a fuse or something.
That was my first thought. We checked all the fuses and breakers and stuff. That wasn't it. So I pulled the microwave out, pulled the microwave apart, got to the main fuse. Basically, it's a fuse that if it overheats, this fuse is supposed to blow before it catches on fire or damages the rest of the microwave. It didn't catch on fire, but the fuse did not blow before it messed up the rest of the microwave, because I got a couple new microwave fuses, and I put it in, I'd plug it in, and immediately it would blow the fuse. That it happened twice, so I didn't buy any more fuses after that. We just decided something else in the microwave was fried, and we needed a new one.
Special thanks to our friends, they know who they are, who lent us an extra microwave.
Not an RV microwave.
No.
It was like a third of our normal counter space.
It was pretty laughable.
It was.
We used it, we needed it, and it was such a blessing, but man, was it big. So we were glad when we were finally able to figure out that, okay, we can't fix this microwave, let's just buy a new one. Got a new one installed, and it works great. Works like a charm. So no more potato chips in the microwave. Nope. But, you know, appliances break, that it happens, and you just have to go with the flow, and you got to be flexible. One of the things that we're still trying to figure out is our outdoor kitchen door. It swings open, and originally it's on arms.
Yeah, like little gas shocks that push it up open and hold it. The screws, it had kind of torqued, and slowly the screws had been working their way out.
It's just not a great design, and it just broke. So now, like, there's nothing holding it up. You can open it, you can use the outdoor kitchen, but you have to use you have to have something to prop it up. If you guys have issues with your outdoor kitchen door that are similar, we're still working on that. Please let us know in the comments below if you have an answer. Just to wrap up, it's a home, and you live in the home, and when you live in it, things happen, things wear down. It's no different than a house.
Yeah, and certain things you fix right away, and certain things you kind of rig something up and you make do with it till you figure out or can afford the fix that you want to do. And
trial and error.
Yeah.
I think with the RV, the biggest thing is to be handy when things go wrong. He's just naturally a handy guy, so we're blessed. Kudos for that.
You may not naturally have that gift. That doesn't mean that you just say, oh, well, I'm not handy, I'm not mechanically inclined, so I guess I'm just out of luck. I can't be self-sufficient. The way internet is right now, and YouTube,
a lot of our trial and error is just YouTubing.
You literally can learn anything.
Yeah.
How to fix anything on YouTube. Just because you don't have the skill right now doesn't mean that you can't learn the skill. And part of finding your means of escape is being somewhat self-sustaining. That's I don't know how to end this, so
we just wanted to share, be honest with you and share some things that break, some things that wear out, and how we fixed them. You just want to take the good with the bad, and the bad's really not that bad compared to how we live, just how much this life has to offer. Until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.